Test of hypothesis and significance. So our today topic is about this chapter, test of hypothesis and significance. In this chapter, we discuss statistical hypothesis, null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, and type 1 error and type 2 error. So, statistical hypothesis. A statistical hypothesis, or simply hypothesis, is an assumption concerning the population. So, this hypothesis means a simple statement. For example, in geometry, it may be stated that sum of the angles of a triangle is 180-degree with mathematical proof. We decided whether the statement is true or not. So this type of hypothesis is known as mathematical hypothesis. But when we are dealing with the social sciences, so the assumption made are known statistical hypothesis. Like we understand it with the help of examples, that the example of the statistical hypothesis are the fan manufactured by company A are better than a company B. Like there are two companies A and B and both are manufacturing fans. So we check both of them and we compare the result of company A and company B. So we conclude that the company A manufacturing fan are better than company B. Similarly, the fertilizer A is more effective than fertilizer B. After conclusion, we will decide that which one is better than the other. Now, what is null hypothesis? Null hypothesis is a hypothesis which is formulated and tested for possible rejection or nullification. So, a null hypothesis is usually denoted by a symbol H naught. The hypothesis that the average height of a Pakistani is 66 may be expressed as below, like H naught equals to or mu equals to 66 inches. So these are the hypotheses. Now uh, we discuss the second, which is alternative hypothesis. So what is alternative hypothesis? And any hypothesis which differ from the null hypothesis is called an alternative hypothesis and is denoted by H1 or HA. In a given test, there is usually only one null hypothesis, but there may be many alternative hypotheses. For example, concerning the average height of a Pakistani, we may state that the null and the alternative hypothesis as follow, like h naught equals to 66 inches and h1 which is not equal to 66 inches. So this is what the null hypothesis is. This is not equal. Type 1 error alpha and type 2 error beta. So type 1 error we present it with the help of alpha and type 2 error beta we will present it with the help of beta. So when we make a decision about a hypothesis, our decision may be correct or incorrect. In general, the result of making a decision can be classified in such following ways. There are two ways. Number one is two types of correct decision. We reject a hypothesis when it is not true, and B is we accept a hypothesis when it is true. And the second type is two type of the correct decision or error. We reject a hypothesis when it is actually true, and we accept a hypothesis when it is actually not true. So we will understand it with the help of a table as well, like this is reject h naught, h naught, and the second one is accept h naught. So accept is this one, accept h naught. These are the two types. So our hypothesis is H naught is when H naught is true. So when H naught is true and when H naught is not true, so not H naught is not true, so उसको हम n से present कर लेंगे. When H naught is not true, when H naught is true. So the wrong decision is wrong decision and the correct decision. So type 1 error is the correct decision. Type 1 error, or we can say alpha. So the correct decision. And the second one is wrong decision, type 2 error. So wrong decision, when this is, there is type 2 error, and we presented type 2 error with the help of beta. Type 2 error. Beta. So if we reject a hypothesis when it is actually true, we committing type 1 error. So the probability of committing type 1 error is denoted by alpha. And if we accept a hypothesis when it is actually not true, we commit type 2 error. So the probability of committing type 2 error is denoted by beta. So these two type of error are presented in the table.